Hello and welcome to a special showcase version of Solving the Housing Crisis, a programme from the Chartered Institute of Housing and ITN Productions. I'm Natasha Kaplinsky.
The need for more homes and good places to live is never far from the headlines. But across the country, housing associations and councils have a crucial role to play by building more affordable homes, nurturing communities, and transforming people's lives.
They have a good track record in developing affordable housing, delivering that housing. They have a huge social commitment to making certain that the services they provide are the right services. And we also know that it makes economic sense.
Tackling the housing crisis, though, requires innovative ideas and partnerships that break new ground. In Brighton and Hove, the Hyde Group is working with the local authority to build homes for people who've been priced out of the market.
It's one of the first partnerships between a housing association and a local authority. What's unique is we're building 1,000 homes, all affordable. No homes for market sales. These are homes for rent for local people on the living wage and for shared ownership for first-time buyers.
We do have a really major housing crisis in Brighton and Hove, and we've been working over the last 5 to 10 years and trying to develop innovative housing solutions. So finding a partner to work with has been really important for us.
And partnership has been key to building hundreds of new homes in Milton Keynes. But it's much more than that. Places for People wants to create complete living environments here and has also redeveloped the old railway works in Wolverton to provide new places for people to live and work.
We don't think that tackling the housing crisis is merely a matter of numbers. It has to be something you want to live in and a place that you find attractive, and a place where you can live out your life with your family, and a place that's got all the services and activities you'd want near where you live.
They've actually been partners with us in building all the infrastructure, so we've taken responsibility for things that we do, such as schools, health centres. They've taken responsibilities for the highway, the things that join together, and brought in the housing developers who are good at building homes. It works really well if you plan it and do it together.
Partnership is also making new affordable homes a reality in the West Midlands.
We're investing £88 million. That will result in 800 homes. In Waters Keep here, the development that we're at, that's 412 homes. It's one of the biggest regeneration projects in the Midlands, and certainly the biggest that we've seen here in Walsall.
So where government funding has reduced, it's about housing associations like WHG being innovative enough to say, actually, we'll take a managed risk, a controlled risk, but those profits will recycle to provide more affordable homes for people. It's been great to be a part of something like that.
Recycling profits from the sale of houses built on this road in Caerphilly meant United Welsh could build 18 new affordable homes for rent next door. Here, the council released land for the development and will benefit from some return on the rental.
The fact that the local authority would traditionally dispose of its land for best price, they're now looking at best value. That includes a capital receipt based on market value, it includes a revenue income to the local authority, and it includes recycling the profit margin that would have historically gone to a private sector developer back into this development.
I see our role really as a mini regeneration agency in that respect, and that's around the partnerships that we build and really coming together with the other agencies we work with to make a difference.
But building new homes on brownfield sites isn't without its challenges. Cleaning up former industrial land often adds to construction costs.
The margins in a place like Bolton are very, very tight. So if it costs £125,000 to build a new home, its value is about £125,000. In some cases even less than the build cost. So actually to get clean land that you can build on without any remediation is quite difficult.
Despite this, 104 homes have been built here since 2015, and the new residents have been thrilled to move in.
It's like a relief that you can actually call it your own.
The nice houses, it's a nice area.
I do like it. It's quiet as well.
But it's not just about building new homes, it's also about renovating older ones.
It just went really downhill fast. People moved house and the kids were getting in and wrecking the houses.
This estate in Birkenhead may once have had a bad rap, but it's been turned around by residents working together with their housing provider, Magenta Living.
We were concerned that there was no demand for the homes, and really that would lead us to whole-scale demolition. But what came across very clearly when we attended the residents' meetings, the residents wanted to save the estate.
They not only saved the estate, but saw their homes transformed.
I just like the house, bigger space, bigger gardens, nicer kitchen, nicer bathroom.
It's been an experience shared by the residents of Stanhope in Ashford, where Moat Homes worked together with the local council to regenerate this estate.
The family homes have been regenerated to provide good quality housing, which is the most important part of doing any regeneration project. But also it was about bringing the community together and not destroying the existing community.
One of the best things somebody said to me once was, you gave my mother her Stanhope back. She'd become ashamed of it, but now she's really proud to live there again.
And it's been a similar story on the Wood End estate in Coventry.
It was an area that had so much stigma attached to it that if you were going to invest, you wouldn't do it here.
But WM Housing did invest in new homes as well as a leisure centre and community hub, and stayed the course through the financial crash of 2008.
Once you've painted the picture of what the future could be, it's very difficult when you're an anchor institution in the area and you employ 600 local people to then walk away because it's not good business. This is our community, it's our area, so we had to keep going.
But it's also the residents' community, and once again, they've made sure their voices have been heard.
We feel like people are listening to us, and for us as residents, that's big.
Regeneration of this housing block has seen a new central section in cream blend seamlessly with what was here before. Southern Housing Group has unlocked the development potential on this site and added an extra 33 flats.
The homes that were here originally were quite small homes and badly laid out, and what we've managed to do is by remodelling inside the buildings we have developed homes which are fit for modern living.
This development, it's complete new internals, that's plastering, that's flooring, heating, electrical, windows, mansard roof where we put some new units in, the lot. So we're using what we've got and then adding to it, but keeping the old traditional design. And there's no reason why these won't be around in another 100 years.
In Hattersley and Mottram in Greater Manchester, an ambitious project to redevelop an entire estate.
It had a really, really bad reputation.
There was a lot of litter and the grassed areas weren't maintained.
Now it's been transformed with well-designed mixed-use housing and new community facilities.
The regeneration process is a commitment over a period of 20 years, first of all to invest in the houses and then to build new houses both for social rent and also to build houses for sale. That process so far has been very successful.
I've moved back here. I'm very passionate about the area and I just think it's rising for the better.
Built in the 1930s, Wythenshawe was known as the Garden City, but over time it became one of the most deprived areas in the country. Wythenshawe Community Housing Group is changing this by working to create job and education opportunities as well as affordable homes.
We provide housing management and services to the community. We employ 550 colleagues across the business, of which 45% live in the local area of Wythenshawe. So it brings a unique dynamic to our workforce and a real sense of bond to the place and pride in the place that is Wythenshawe.
I think for far too long, governments have failed to invest enough in the housing stock of this country. We need a whole range of properties for all sorts and shapes of families, and that does require subsidy, it does require social housing, it does require the work of organisations like Wythenshawe Community Housing Group to make it happen.
High-rise living may not appeal to everyone, especially since the Grenfell Tower fire tragedy. But these tower blocks in Bedford are popular, and it's now time to give them a facelift.
What Grenfell did was it reminded everybody of their responsibilities. Now, whatever we do in those blocks, and at the moment we're evaluating what the options are, you have to do it from a customer-centric point of view.
And it's really important to BPHA that we get more use out of these blocks. They're great homes and they're in great locations in Bedford.
Fuel poverty is a big issue for us and for all our residents at the moment, so we're trying to make them as thermally efficient as we can.
From Bedford to Broadland, and it's claimed more than a quarter of people in North Norfolk live in fuel poverty. But in this village, the installation of new solar panels is already cutting bills.
I've done washing, cooking, everything on 40 pence. I mean, it's a lot of difference for me.
Broadland Housing Group has also built these new energy-efficient homes, all south-facing to use the sun as their heat source, with timber frames and triple-glazed windows.
We all benefit from energy efficiency. The resident of the house benefiting from a warmer house, a house that's easier to heat. The landlord benefits because actually a tenant that's got reduced energy bills is more likely to be able to pay their rent.
And how about this for another innovative way of tackling the housing crisis? Modular homes constructed off-site. Essex-based Swan Housing Group's configurator can offer more than 300,000 permutations in one house.
You can have a look at your street scene, where your car would be parked. You can go through flooring, different options, different colours. It's like Grand Designs without all the cost and the hassle. And then here, there's a summary of everything you've chosen, exactly what you're going to pay. And then the order goes off to our factory, and then they make it all for you.
We are prepared to innovate, and it's housing associations that are prepared to innovate and do things differently that are able to generate that income to reinvest in their communities.
And the launch pod from RHP Group, again modular and constructed off-site, offers a perfect home for young renters.
It's a self-contained unit, so you have your own kitchen, your own bathroom. What I've been used to in the past is living in shared accommodation, so it's just a sense of independence that I haven't had before.
RHP has also rolled out the UK's first fully digital housing service. Among other things, it allows tenants to pay rent online or book a repairs appointment.
We want to use new technology to deliver a far, far better service for our customers, but at lower cost for us. What it means is that we can then save money to invest in building thousands more affordable homes in the local area.
Building affordable housing in the countryside, however, can often be divisive, and it requires working closely with partners and local communities.
What we're trying to do is create housing that's very high standard, very good quality, very attractive. And then when we get the buy-in from the community, because the housing looks great, and then we provide the services and support that people need to make them live successfully in that housing, it achieves a really good, balanced community.
We take real pride in our development, and we want to show everyone, even though there is sometimes a view on affordable housing, that it is part of the overall stock and it's of excellent quality.
But even in relatively wealthy areas like Hertfordshire and Essex, people are being priced out. Again, it requires targeting fit-for-purpose housing in places where it's needed most.
We're trying to understand who lives in our communities, how much they earn, how much they can afford, what housing stock is like, what the condition of the stock is like, and in a very tight geographical area, providing what's needed by the market, rather than just buying a piece of land and building whatever we can fit on it.
If we do nothing, the crisis is only going to get worse. So it's crucial that we all get together, each part of the marketplace, to find a different way of doing things.
And we're all living longer. In Bracknell, there's increased demand on affordable properties across a wide demographic. So Silver Homes is building new sheltered housing for older people.
We needed to find something special to offer those people, to tempt them out of their family homes and convince them to move to something that would be more manageable for the future. And so we've got a bright, airy building, lovely facilities in a lovely area surrounded by green space.
It's just relaxing.
It's just relaxing and meeting,
joining in with a bit of community spirit.
People and, you know.
Because here, when you come out your house, you're walking down corridors, you bump into people.
Peter Earnshaw's life changed forever when he lost part of his left leg. He was relocated into sheltered accommodation run by Rosebery Housing Association in Youghal, near Epsom.
It's been a godsend, really, because obviously not being able to move around in a house conveniently, I've got full access to everything I need.
There's vast swathes of people just closed out of the housing market. That's young people through to older people looking for appropriate type of accommodation. And what most people want is just to be safe and secure. And what we do at Rosebery is provide that safe, secure accommodation.
In Wokingham, on this development, which includes an extra care facility for the over 55s, partnership at every level has been key to its success.
Our main priority and our passion has always been around happy customers and more homes. And we've made the conscious decision at Housing Solutions to be local.
And being local means working with other agencies to create a sense of community, one where older people feel safe and younger residents are given opportunities to gain skills.
Housing Solutions has been consistent, really, in recognising that their residents have skills and talents and energy and the ability to go and do it.
In North Lincolnshire, housing provider Ongo's ongoing commitment to its residents includes helping them to find work, as well as going into schools to raise the aspirations of local students.
It's meeting somebody that walks in the door to identifying the problems, building an action plan, giving them confidence, giving them extra skills by accessing training courses, putting them on work placements.
I love watching people's stories evolve. Just because they're in a social housing property doesn't mean to say that they can't have a really good job, a really fulfilling life and a great career. And part of my job helps enable that to happen.
It's always right to challenge old stereotypical views of what's possible for social housing tenants. Soha Housing is doing just that. Its membership scheme means its residents can work alongside staff to make key decisions.
Membership for us is around making sure that as a housing association we are developing housing and services that mean that people's life opportunities and life chances improve. So we're making a difference is what we're trying to do.
Even friends of mine were sort of not having much to do with me because I was in social housing. But now it's a different story, you know. It's a brilliant way of life. It's given me a second chance, second opportunity, if you like, you know, to start my life again.
And in Bolton, the Urban Care and Neighbourhood Centre, or UCAN, helps people with anything from health, drug or alcohol problems to getting out of debt and finding work. There's even a pantry where £2.50 can buy you £15 worth of healthy food.
The impact it's having on people's lives, you know, like this help that's given, it's really beneficial.
And I really believe UCAN centres are the best way of having an impact on everyone in the neighbourhood because they're such an informal, flexible model. And what we do is we say we'll listen to what your needs are and then we'll start from that really simple idea and try and move you to where you want to be.
In East Staffordshire, the local housing provider Trent and Dove supports 2 community cafes which provide a space for local people to meet. And gardening projects give volunteers opportunities to take pride in where they live.
We're very committed to partnership working with our local authorities, with also other agencies, that we do more than the bricks and mortar, which is often said, I know, but we provide good homes, we provide good services, but I think we do those extras.
And the tenancy sustainment team here works closely with those who are most vulnerable or at risk.
If you need help with food, then she'll get ways to get you food, or you're in debt, she'll send you to the right people. Or you're having any trouble with like utilities or anything, she'll be ringing them up having a go. So like, you need to sort it out. It's just amazing.
And going above and beyond for residents is something Stonewater takes seriously.
He kept me at home. Just one room. Nothing to eat, nothing to drink.
1 in 4 women in England and Wales are said at some stage to suffer domestic abuse. And this housing provider literally saves lives.
We have 2 refuges. One accommodates women and children with complex needs. The other one is more of a specialist refuge. Here we accommodate women and children fleeing domestic abuse, including honour-based violence, forced marriages, for intensive support, and where women have an opportunity to practice independent living skills.
Stonewater helped me a lot. They gave me the support when I needed it most.
It's a philosophy shared by Settle, a housing provider in Hertfordshire, which offers practical support to residents like Scarlett, who was homeless before moving in.
We were able to find money to get some furniture if need be, and just be there and help her with paying the rent, if there was any benefits that were required, and just getting her settled.
And she's been here like carrying me through even a year later, asking how's things going, you know, how's things working out, do you need any support? So yeah, I fully recommend more Joanne's, please.
Changing a washer and a tap is really easy.
Support for tenants that's hands-on and practical even extends to DIY classes for residents with the Longhurst Group.
It's much more important than just providing the home for people. It's also about providing the support, it's about providing the care, it's about doing everything that we can as an organisation to improve people's lives.
Would you like some cake?
And in care and support facilities managed by the group, including this home for people with dementia, it's always about putting the person first.
It's the sense of fun, celebration, laughter, life. If you want ice cream for breakfast, we can accommodate that. Every day is your birthday, every day is Christmas Day. Life is for living, that's what we're about.
Housing associations across the country have had their budgets squeezed, yet they continue to find new and innovative ways to build more affordable homes, to cultivate and nurture communities, and to transform people's lives.
Thank you for joining me for this special showcase version of Solving the Housing Crisis. All the reports are available to view on the Chartered Institute of Housing's website. The details are on the screen now. From me and the rest of the team here, thank you for watching. Goodbye.